And welcome to another episode of the Taranique Show, where science meets curls and healthy hair is always goals. On today's episode, I'm going to be talking about 3 mistakes that you could be making that's causing your hair to be super dry or that's drying out your hair. Yesterday, I went over the ingredients to look for in hair care products if you are experiencing dry hair and you need moisturizing products or hydrating products. I went over ingredients like emollients that you'll need to look for, occlusives, water, and I basically detailed how to read an ingredient statement to really tell if a product is moisturizing or if it's going to be drying, and which alcohols to avoid in hair care, which alcohols are drying and which alcohols are moisturizing. So today, I'm just going to go over 3 simple mistakes you could be making that's really drying out your hair. So it's going to be really quick and sweet. The number one mistake is over cleansing without replenishing moisture. So this happens, say if you're rushing and you really need to shampoo your hair because your scalp is dirty, it's itching, or you just really need to clean your hair and you skip the step of either deep conditioning your hair, conditioning, or using a leave-in conditioner. So if you don't have the time but you must shampoo your hair, I recommend at minimum using a leave-in conditioner if you cannot give your hair a good deep treatment. But I do recommend every time you shampoo that you should deep condition your hair. I know that's probably impossible for people that have busy schedules, but it is recommended because what the shampoo is doing, and especially if you're using a sulfate shampoo, I recommend using a sulfate-free shampoo like our almond and shea butter moisturizing shampoo. But essentially what the shampoo is doing is it's removing dirt, build-up oil and debris from the hair, and that can sometimes be drying and stripping on the hair, especially if your hair is already dry. So you need to then replace or replenish that moisture that your hair is losing from the shampoo if you're not using a moisturizing shampoo like our almond and shea butter shampoo by using a conditioner. You can either follow your shampoo up with a rinse out conditioner. We have a great one. It's our mango guava conditioner. Or if you want to do a deep treatment, I recommend our banana nut and avocado deep treatment because it's a fatty deep treatment and it will give your hair the moisture that it needs. Now, if you don't have time to do a rinse out or a deep conditioning treatment, then I highly recommend at least using a leave-in conditioner like our Thirsty Curls leave-in conditioner. So if your hair is dry and you're wondering why it's dry, have you been skipping moisturizing and hydrating your hair? So have you been shampooing and then not following up with a conditioner, just going straight to styling? That's one of the reasons why your hair may be dry. And number 2, so the number 2 mistake why your hair is so dry is skipping the seal-in step. Now this step is very, very important because you have number 1, the cleansing step, which is using a shampoo. Number 2, the moisturizing, hydrating, or conditioning step, which is using either a rinse out conditioner, a deep treatment, or a leave-in conditioner. So you need those steps, they are essential. But the 3rd step, if your hair is lacking moisture, is the sealant step. So what the sealant step does is it uses an occlusive like an oil. So like an oil blend to seal in the moisture. Castor oil is a good sealant. Jojoba oil would be also good. So you want to use an oil after you've used a conditioner because the oil acts as another protective barrier to keep the moisture in, right? So moisture starts with water. So your leave-in conditioner, your conditioner, the number 1 ingredient or the first ingredient on that product would be water. Moisture starts with water, but it doesn't stop there. If you're not sealing in hydration with a curl cream or an oil, your hair is literally evaporating moisture into thin air. So also a curl defining cream also can be a sealant. Ours has kupasu butter, shea butter, and argan oil in it. Very great butters to seal in moisture. So don't skip the sealant step. And the last mistake, you're using the wrong products for your porosity. We know that there are 3 types of porosity: low porosity hair, medium porosity, and high porosity. So high porosity, we'll start with that first. So high porosity basically if you were to get a paper and poke holes in it and then put a glass of water, you'll see how fast the water just releases out of the paper. That's high porosity hair. It has a lot of holes in it, and as soon as you moisturize it, the water is going to go in and just come out. Medium porosity is different. The cuticles, they lay flatter, so they trap in moisture better. And then low porosity, moisture just it's just hard for moisture to get into the hair strands, right? So what works for looser curls may not work for tighter textures or low porosity hair. So if products just sit on top of the hair or feel heavy, your moisture routine needs to be tweaked. So find out what your porosity is, and then you want to use products that are tailored to your porosity. And yeah, that's all I have to share on that. So the 3 mistakes that may be causing your hair to be dry. Number 1 is over washing your hair without replenishing the moisture. Number 2 is skipping the seal-in step, so not using a oil blend or a curl cream to bring the seal in the moisture. Otherwise, your moisture is just going to evaporate into thin air if you don't seal it into the hair. And then number 3, not understanding your hair's porosity and how it needs to be treated so that it retains moisture. I hope that this was helpful to you. Have a great day.